Hi, welcome to our final project, text-to-SQL for EHR model study in the healthcare domain. First, let me introduce some background. EHRs are a kind of data that a hospital uses to keep track of every patient's medical history, which healthcare providers constantly interact with to retrieve important information about patients. Most interactions with the EHR system are done through predefined rules that are limited. The goal of this project is to allow users to ask questions in natural languages. We use a system called text-to-SQL that transforms natural languages into SQL queries. Here are some unique challenges presented when working with EHR data. First, models need to generate SQL queries that reflect a variety of needs in actual hospital workplace. Second, models need to comprehend different time expressions, which is crucial in healthcare settings. And finally, EHR data involves many questions that is unanswerable. Therefore, we need to judge the answerability of a question before give the user the answer. This system can be seen as a trustworthy semantic parsing system. Here's an overview of this project. We start with questions in natural languages. These questions are fed into a trustworthy text-to-SQL model, which then generates these SQL queries, which is then used to query the database to give the users the answers they're looking for. Here are the methods used in this paper. The main model is T5, a cutting-edge language model created by OpenAI. As we have learned in the class, it is a seek-to-seek model, which comprises of an encoder and a decoder. Except for the basic T5 model, we also conducted experiments with the T5 with schema model, which is a specialized model designed to understand structured data. And finally, to judge if a question is answerable, the authors set a maximum entropy threshold during the decoding process as an uncertainty estimation method. We follow this process as well. Here are 3 claims that we want to test when we reproduce this work. First, we want to pre-process the data of 2 healthcare EHR databases, and then see if we can run at least one successful query against these 2 databases. Second, using a T5 model for query generation, we want to see if our final model can achieve an F1 score above 75. And finally, we also did some ablation studies. First, we want to compare the T5 model with or without schema to see if that changes the performance. And also, we want to see if the uncertainty estimation method using maximum entropy threshold, as in the paper, can further improve the F1 score. So here is a summary of our result. First, you can see here the original F1 score from the paper and the reproduced score that we achieved are all listed in this table. And you can see that we got very similar scores, so we were able to successfully reproduce the results in this paper. And comparing the T5 model with or without threshold as the estimation of the answerability of the query, we can see that with the threshold, we see a significantly improved F1 score. And finally, compare the T5 model with the T5 with schema model, we see that having schema doesn't really affect the F1 score. And here's the reference to the original paper that we reproduced.